Hello, as I promised, I want now to share on 4 steps to CEN recovery. And CEN simply means child emotional neglect. And so we're going to talk about how you will recover from the effects of child emotional neglect. Because truth be said, if emotional needs, they need to connect on based on your true feelings, based on your true emotions, based on your true thoughts. If you're never allowed to be human, being human is being able to be accepted for who you are. Your voice being heard, your voice being listened to, being given a listening ear attentively. Someone is actually acknowledging that you are okay, you're not feeling okay today, you're sad today. You are someone accepting that you have the right to be happy. If you are denied that right, if you are no one affirmed you in that aspect, then you suffered. And so the first thing you need to do is become aware of your CEN. Become aware that you suffered child emotional neglect. And if it looks dark to you, if the concept of CEN looks dark to you, there's no problem. Under step 1, you're going to take a CEN questionnaire, because this questionnaire has been developed by Dr. Joyce Webb, who actually shares her story that she suffered child emotional neglect and how much it affected her. And so you'll be able to appreciate how you also suffered under your mother or under your father. And it's saddening because these are the people you expect naturally to acknowledge your emotional needs and to meet them, but for some reason they never rose to the occasion to meet those needs. So you will number 2, you'll also realize through the questionnaire, you're able to realize how child emotional neglect has been showing up in your life, how the effects have been realized in your life today. For example, if you've had difficulties saying no, so you accept everything that other people want you to do or are saying about you, but you can never say no. One perfect example, if you find yourself to accept to help people, even if, for example, they're in financial problems, and you're quickly to help them to an extent that sometimes you can even spend everything and have nothing to help yourself. You can't say no. You cannot deny, you cannot say no, because you think when you say no, then you're not caring for them, you're not accepting or acknowledging their needs. But you're doing that at the expense of your own personal emotional needs, because the script that you run on is that your needs don't actually matter, your emotional needs don't actually matter, so it's only their needs that matter. So that might have missed you. You will reflect. Reflect is simply sitting down and looking at your present behavior, your present way of interacting with the world, interacting with other people. How is it today? Are you someone who will work so much hard to suppress your sadness and really put on happiness that is not real, that is not authentic, that is just superficial and plastic? Are you someone who will work so much hard to hide their true feelings and emotions because you don't want to attract attention? Why? Because you feel your needs don't matter, your emotional needs don't matter. If that is happening, are you someone who can't really say, this one I don't agree with it? Are you someone who can agree to disagree? Or you are someone who will always want to agree with other people because you don't want to cause conflict, you don't want to be seen as someone who is disagreeable? If all that is happening to you today, then it's a proof that you suffered child emotional neglect and it's affecting your life today. And then lastly, you'll also learn to take your own feelings seriously, because they are real. If you feel sad, it's true, you're sad. So if you feel sad and you want to act like you're not sad, then that's not being true to yourself. You're being unfair to yourself. And the first person who needs to be true to themselves is you. Because if you're true to yourself, you can be able to express that truthfulness or genuineness to other people without feeling fear, or without feeling like you're making a mistake. And then you realize that your feelings do matter. They do matter actually, because your wellness, your health emotionally depends on how much you acknowledge and you appreciate your own emotional needs. So that is step number 1. Check for step number 2 that I'm going to share shortly.